Welcome to FireHouse Chefs. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I will take you on a journey with America's chefs, firefighters, service industry professionals, and more as we discuss food, recipes, nutrition, and lifestyle topics. Stay tuned and enjoy the ride. Welcome to FireHouse Chefs Radio. This is FireHouse Chefs Radio, where you can catch us every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at rantradionetwork.com. And this is FireHouse Chefs Radio, episode 25.
Yeah.
December 11th, 2013. So we're glad to have you with us back, and same place, same time every week. And this week is going to be another great episode of FireHouse Chefs Radio, and just in time for the Christmas break. So we'll probably have a couple of best of episodes soon, and then hit 2014 running with a lot of great guests, great topics, and everything else, and the topics of food, beverage, lifestyle, fitness, nutrition, all that stuff. So we're glad to have you here. Remember, you can watch us on firehousechefs.com every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m., and also at rantradionetwork.com. And remember that all archived episodes can be found at rantradionetwork.com as well. And just search and click on FireHouse Chefs Radio and the specific date, and you'll catch us there. Give us a call tonight at 855-969-RANT, 855-969-7268. If you have any questions about food, again, the Christmas holiday is coming up, and we'd like to hear what you guys do in terms of recipes, your favorite dishes. We had a lot of calls before Thanksgiving about those topics, and we got to discuss some of our favorite things. Whether you're in the firehouse or you're the home cook or even in restaurants, it's always cool to find out what people are doing out there, and it'll be cool. So I am your host, Eddie Sell. I'm a Southern California fire captain and chef, also the creator of FireHouse Chefs. And I'm joined by my co-hosts. We have Lewis Squared again.
Yeah.
And I missed you guys. Was it who were we missing last? We didn't have Lewis Navarro last week.
Yeah, I was MIA.
And we had a great show last week. Julio was too scared to engineer it. He's sipping on his coffee right now. But we had a great show with our in-studio band. We had Los Despiertos.
That's right.
Yeah, and
that was a fun night.
That was a really fun night. They were great, and if you folks that watch the show, remember the drummer. He's actually a chef and works with us at FireHouse Chefs, and he was helping us when we did the tailgating event with our other Lewis here, Luis Hernandez. And Luis Hernandez is a firefighter paramedic here in Los Angeles County, and also the vice president of the Boys and Girls Club of East Los Angeles. And I was in your hood today, so it was good to go through the streets.
Anybody, feel free to come on down. We're wide open. Come on down. Good food.
And
good place to eat down there.
Yeah, and then the other Lewis, I was getting to him, Luis Navarro, who is the chef and owner of Lola's Mexican Cuisine in Long Beach, California. And we're happy to have Lewis here. And I know Lola's is doing a lot of cool things right now. We've mentioned, and we actually brought in the olive oils that they have for sale there that are from Baja California. And I've used them, and they've been
it's a great addition to anyone's kitchen.
It's awesome.
I used them. Cindy got it.
Louis was saying he was getting creative with them. So
boy,
I could just so many ideas.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cover that like after hours, but there's a there's a lot of uses for them. So it's super cool. The olive oils that Lewis has are fantastic, and it's gonna be actually kind of with the holidays. Obviously, in the Hispanic culture, we tend to have tamales. So.
Tamales.
I'm sure you have tamales right now.
Yeah, we say it's tamale season right now.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm sure. And then if Julio can give us a shot of our cutting board right now, and we can go to our little our other cutting board cam, we can see some of the items that we're going to be discussing here on the show. So we won't give that away quite yet, but you can see some cheese on there, some crackers, and more importantly, the board that it's on.
Yeah, that cutting board is gorgeous.
Yeah, and that was compliments of Jess Hartnett, the owner of FireHouse Boards, and Jess was our in-studio guest a couple weeks ago, and he's made us several boards now, and everyone can attest to their quality and the fact that they don't only look good, but they actually work. So
they're amazing boards. They're really good boards, really well made, and you can tell the love that was put into that board.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other boards that he had also that he was talking about, and just all the hard work that he puts in it, and just him saying that it was just a one person, pretty much a one man band,
right?
Kind of putting all this, these wonderful pieces of wood together. It's just amazing.
What's the website that we could find those at?
You know what? His specific one, I don't know exactly, but I do know you can get to his website via firehousechefs.com. So if you go to firehousechefs.com, you click on the partners page, and you scroll down, and you'll find Firehouse boards on there, and that'll take you right to him. He also has a Facebook page as well. And from from what it's sounding like, he's very, very busy. So he's doing a lot of cool things. So thanks again to Jess Hartnett over at Firehouse Boards.
And firehouseboards.com.
Oh, there we go. That's it, huh? That's simple.
That's easy.
Perfect. And so tonight's going to be a great show, and we have a great in-studio guest coming all the way from Carlsbad, northern San Diego County. We have Kim Blaylock, and Kim has a very, very interesting story. He's a retired battalion chief from the Carlsbad Fire Department down in San Diego County, and he is now the co-owner and co-founder of Venom Vodka. So we're going to get to talk to Kim, and if you're looking at pictures right now at rantradionetwork.com, you'll see some very cool shots of their very, very classy-looking bottle, really unique look to it. And it's going to be cool to actually talk to Kim here in studio and find out about his company, the vision, how this all came about, basically. And I know we're all going to have some questions for him here shortly in the next segment. So, again, if you want to join the conversation, you can give us a call at 855-969-7268. 855-969-RANT, R-A-N-T, and just join the conversation about fine spirits and food. So it's going to be cool to talk to him about all of that. The other thing I wanted to cover tonight as well is restaurants, and there's kind of a reason why, but since we're kind of testing the water right now with something that we're kind of trying to do that's near and dear to us. We want to know what you folks out there, and I want to know, here with my co-host tonight and Kim, our guest, what makes a good restaurant? So I'm kind of going to ask some of those questions. What makes a good restaurant? Why do you go back to your favorite restaurants? What is it about? Is it the service? Is it the food? Is it a combination of both? Is it something unique about the place? And then the opposite of that is obviously what makes a bad restaurant. What's something that totally keeps you out of there and, makes you never want to come back and give them another shot. So I think most of us have been at both establishments.
I think I have a lot. I have a long list.
So we'll try our best not to be Yelp here in our Firehouse Chef studio tonight, but
unless they want to pay us for it. Right?
Yeah. If you want us to plug your restaurant, feel free to give us a call and also contact us, because like I've mentioned before, we are always in the market for advertisers and to support great businesses. So there is that opportunity as well. So, but everybody out there kind of think about that topic and restaurants, again, what makes you want to go back? What makes you want to stay away? What are some of your favorite dishes that restaurants do? And I'm
what's
sure
what's something that catches your eye too?
Yeah, exactly.
If something sometimes you see, just, hear about, or you see on TV or in an article, and just makes you, that's a little something that makes you want to even try it out.
Right. And I know with, even with Lola's, for example, it's one of those places that initially it does catch your eye because of the unique art, and it's appealing because there's a lot of cool things to look at. And then, I know for me, then obviously as a chef and a customer, I'm going to study their menu, see how the menu flows. And I personally don't like places that have, a menu that's the size of a phone book. You're kind of like, wow, all right.
1,000 items.
Right, absolutely. So I definitely like and appreciate when a place has that, they know, the fact that they know how to do what they do well, and they don't need to do a ton of things. So, that's kind of one of the things that I noticed. And then, of course, once you try the food, and even if a place looks a little bit on the dingy side, I think we would all agree too. You might, prefer that hole in the wall place that doesn't have all the best decor or whatever,
working lights or
as long as the roaches are down to a minimum. But you
flavor.
Can we
call them flavor crystals.
Yeah,
some places.
Some people do like that as well. And so those are all things though that that I want us to talk about.
They're all interesting. Interesting scenarios, and everybody. We run into people who are looking for that hole in the wall. They're looking for that dingy place. And,
right.
That group of people, for whatever reason, feel that when they find some place like that everything's homemade there. No, I found the hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And, so it's interesting to see people's behaviors and why. Really the question is why. What does make them come back, and what makes them try the place in the first place?
Right. Yeah, so a very, very interesting topic, and I'm sure Kim, with his background in now the liquor industry, he goes to a ton of restaurants, so it's going to be interesting to kind of hear his take as well, as his travels are taking him through restaurants all over the place as well, and I'm sure he can even tell us some of the trends and some of the things that he's noticing out there. So it'll be very cool. This is going to be a very, very fun episode of Firehouse Chefs Radio. So make sure that you continue to tune in. Let all your friends know that we're at rantradionetwork.com. And when we come back from the commercial break, we will be joined in studio by Kim Blaylock, the co-owner and co-founder of Venom Vodka. So you guys ready for that? And then not only that, but there's going to be some vodka sampling. So you guys out there...
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah, you guys out there are going to have to get a little bit jealous, but... the good news is that we're going to tell you how good the vodka is, and more importantly, where you can find it. So make sure you continue to tune in. 855-969-7268. 855-969-RANT, R-A-N-T. This is Firehouse Chefs Radio, episode 25. It's going to be fun, and we're going to try not to get too intoxicated.
Try.
You're listening to Firehouse Chefs Radio. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
Don't burn anything down. Firehouse Chefs will be right back.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español.
Welcome to FireHouse Chefs. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I will take you on a journey with America's chefs, firefighters, service industry professionals, and more as we discuss food, recipes, nutrition, and lifestyle topics. Stay tuned and enjoy the ride. Welcome back to FireHouse Chefs Radio. This is FireHouse Chefs Radio, episode 25 for December 11th, 2013. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I'm joined by my co-hosts. We have Luis Squared, Luis Navarro, and Luis Hernandez in studio. And before we get started with our in-studio guest, I did want to mention something regarding an event that's coming up on Friday, this Friday, at Golden State CrossFit in Sherman Oaks, California. And it's going to be a Toys for Tots toy drive that they're doing there at Golden State CrossFit. And we've actually done some events there in the past, and they're great. We should be getting a phone call from somebody affiliated with them. So I did want to mention that that's going to be going on this Friday at 14548 Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. And there's going to be some celebrities there. Matt Leinart, NFL quarterback, also Nick Lachey. And I believe another, and I'm sorry I don't have all the info in front of me, but also AMP Radio is going to be there as well. So it's going to be a really, really good event, and we will have all the specific details for you. But the FireHouse Chefs food truck is going to be there. We do have a caller on line 1, so let's go ahead and go to that. Hi there, you're on FireHouse Chefs Radio with your host Eddie Sell and Lewis and Lewis.
Hey, this is Darren Barton from Golden State CrossFit.
Oh, perfect. Darren, how are you? We were actually just plugging the event that's going to take place there at your gym on Friday. So thank you so much for calling, and give all the folks the information, please.
Yeah, it's our first annual Grizzlies Give Back toy drive and holiday party. So we wanted to have something where the members of our gym can just kind of get dressed up and have a good time, and also give back to a worthy cause.
Okay.
And the charity we're working with is Miracles for Kids, and we are going to have a toy drive from 6 to 8. So we'll have a Santa Claus, and we have, I think, 60 families that are going to be bussed in from all around the Southland, and just kind of giving back to the kids and giving them something to get excited about over the holiday season.
That's awesome.
We'll have one of our guys dressed up as Santa Claus and passing out gifts. And we've been blessed to have some of the guys who work with us. Nick Lachey, who you were mentioning, who's one of our partners. Matt Leinart, NFL quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, as well as Chris Dickerson, Major League Baseball player, and a handful of others. And they've all gotten involved and gotten really excited about it, and brought, used their name to kind of get the word out to give back to the cause and to kind of help us have a good time. So we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a good event. And, with the Firehouse Chef truck there, it's going to be that much better, because we had you guys come out when we had our grand opening, and everybody raved about the food and really enjoyed the experience. So we're glad you guys are going to be there.
Well, thank you so much. We're glad that we're going to be there as well. And what's cool and what you guys actually noticed is, as far as food trucks go here in Southern California, we happen to offer some fare that can be a little bit lighter and on the healthier side. So it kind of goes hand in hand with what you guys are doing there at your CrossFit gym. So we really appreciate it, Darren. And once again, how can folks get to your website or social media?
Yeah, the website is easy. It's goldenstatecrossfit.com.
Okay.
You can search the same thing, Twitter, Facebook, and you can find all of our information there. The address for the Sherman Oaks location is on the website, but for anybody listening. It's 14548 Ventura Boulevard in Sherman Oaks. We're on the south side of Ventura, in between Cedros and Van Nuys. So you can't miss it. Right on Ventura Boulevard. Tons of parking. There's a lot in the back, and it's going to be a great event. We're really excited about it. We're going to have drinks and food, obviously, with you guys there. Good music, and it kind of gives everybody a chance to get pretty and have some fun. You know, I always enjoy seeing everybody at the gym sweating and shirts off, and the ladies in the little shorts and whatnot. But it kind of gives everybody a chance to get dressed up and have a good time. It's almost like when you see people at the gym dressed up, it's like seeing a teacher outside of class for the first time. It almost throws you off, but I think it'll be pretty cool.
Hey,
Well,
Darren, do you know Eddie here? Besides cooking some really good food, he makes a killer Santa. I'm just throwing that out there. I know you already have somebody, booked for that, but I'm just saying for next year maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eddie does a killer Santa. I've seen him. He just doesn't like to,
People just have Santa Claus.
Hey,
like-
whatever,
like to put it
whatever
out
you
there,
need.
but,
I was in the Navy, Darren, and you know what Navy stands for? Never again volunteer yourself. So. I don't think the Santa thing will happen, but we're going to be happy to see you there, and we actually are going to get to our great in studio guest here. We have Kim Blaylock, and Kim is actually a retired battalion chief down in San Diego County in Carlsbad, and he now is the co-founder and owner of Venom Vodka. So we're going to have to get all of us together at some point and work on something in 2014. So. And Darren, also tonight's show, tomorrow it'll be up on YouTube, so I'll make sure you guys have the information, and some of those big names can definitely get the link out, so people can hear this interview that we're having with you right now, and more importantly, kind of donate to the wonderful charity that we're going to be involved in on Friday
And help get the word out.
Yep.
Excellent. That's great. I really appreciate it, guys.
Okay, you take care, Darren, and we'll talk to you soon. We'll see you Friday.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, great caller, and it's going to be cool to be involved with that. And
Sounds like a great event.
without any further ado, Mr. Kim Blaylock is in studio with us right now. And as I mentioned, Kim is a retired battalion chief from Carlsbad, California, and now the co-founder and co-owner of Venom Vodka. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
I don't know. Let's see. Try to speak in your mic again, Kim.
Thank you for having me on.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. And you know what? Let's just let's get started with just tell us about Venom Vodka. How did this all start?
Okay. Well, about 5 years ago, we kind of started talking about it. It's myself and my partner, who is a current fireman up in Seattle. And yes, I'm retired out of Carlsbad, been retired for 8 years. So we're out at the desert talking over breakfast, and we just kind of open talk and not really looking at a business at all. And we just said, you know what? We should make our own energy drink. And we kind of talked about that. We did a little Google search 5 years ago. There's 258 energy drinks at the time.
Yeah.
And we said, what are we going to call it? Well, let's call it remember the snake oil salesman? He would hold a bottle of elixir up and it cures everything, nausea, vomiting, arthritis, hammer toe, does it all. Why not make an energy drink, but it also gives you the elixir qualifications too? So we talked about that for about 15 minutes, and then we decided, well, you know what? The younger generation, they probably won't understand what the snake oil salesman is.
Right.
They'll think it's an oil or tonic or something like that. Let's make it tequila. Let's put a little rattle in the bottom of the bottle. We'll call it snake oil tequila. Well, Mark currently works up in Seattle. I live down here. I would be doing all the transports back and forth to Mexico. It's a little bit far for Mark to help me out with that. And I said, you know what, Mark?
Yeah.
I need more help than that.
Right.
I'll pass on that. And Mark says, well, what about a vodka? So I said, well, they are mixing it with a lot of infused flavors. So I go, that's good. It's a neutral spirit. And they're mixing it with the energy drinks too. I go, you might have a good idea. What are we going to call it? Well, we're at the desert where there's scorpions and snakes and tarantulas. They're all venomous. And we start throwing names back and forth. And Mark says, what about Venom? As soon as he said that, I go, Mark, I like that name, Venom Vodka. Give me 2 shots of VV for the boys.
Right.
We could have pretty Venom goddesses dressed up for our promo events. We can take that name Venom and go anywhere with it.
Yeah.
It could be a good Venom. It could be like a nectar of the gods Venom. And we can have so much fun with it. We're not tied to one thing at all. So we Googled it. VenomVodka.com, was it taken? No, it's not taken. It's $10.49. And, well, how much for .org and .net? $23.19.
Bought them all.
What do you want to do, Marcus? I don't know. So we bought it, and now what? Well, from that point, the next month, we're back in Boston to a distillery called Ryan and Woods Distillery to learn how to make it. We learned how to make it of all the grains: corn, rye, wheat, a potato, and a fruit. After the workshop, you're not an expert, but you have a good baseline understanding of what it's all about. They talk about the yeast, they talk about the enzymes. And so the intent was to have our own still. Very expensive to do. And Mark and I decided, you know what? Let's seek out an expert. Let's seek out a distiller throughout the whole country. Well, we talked to 6 of them. And 4 said, guys, if you're not going to produce 100,000 bottles or more, we have no interest.
Wow.
But 2 companies said, you know what? We like you guys. We love the name. We love the looks of the bottle. We'll make the vodka for you. And the one that we chose was up in Bend, Oregon. And
you guys are able to split the difference, like you said.
So Mark comes down and does the filling. And so we met with the distiller there, and we talked about the enzymes. He's telling us, yes, you can do that, and no, you can't do that, because he's really the expert. So we brought up some good ideas with him, but really we use his guidance to make sure we're on the right page. And he goes, guys, if you want a top shelf martini vodka, we'll make one. Most of the big boys are distilled at least 4 times and above. So we said, basically, give us a price for distilled 5 and filtered 6. So he gave us that price, and Mark and I looked at each other, and we said, well, this is it, moment of truth. What do you want to do? And so we said, okay, we'll do it. So it gets made up in Bend, Oregon. It has great water, the Crater Lake water up there. So 60% of the vodka is the water. So great water up there, distilled 5 times, filtered 6 times. It gets filled and it gets shipped down to Carlsbad, and that's where the headquarters is. We got a nice gold medal for our taste about 12 months ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we're
congratulations.
Yeah.
We're a corn base, so we're 100% gluten-free, which is good. A lot of people like the gluten side of it.
So it is healthy. It's 60% water and gluten-free.
It's kind of like you have to drink it. Like you kind of have to drink it.
And you mentioned you can mix it with
right.
fruit-based juices.
And we also give back to firefighter charities. Even on the side of the bottle, it says we give back to firefighter charities. A little fire helmet saying we were made by 2 firemen. So.
That's awesome. We're coming up on our commercial break, but when we do come back, we want to find out more about that, about the giving back part of it. And we're always intrigued by just hearing how many firefighters are entrepreneurs and taking on new and exciting things. So it's really, really cool. And obviously, as chefs, we're going to have some questions and comments about pairing vodka with food and see what you think. And then going back to that restaurant topic as well, we're going to kind of touch on some of that as well.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
everybody out there, you're listening to Firehouse Chefs Radio. This is episode 25. Make sure you give us a call if you want to talk to Ken Blaylock and find out about how to make your own vodka maybe and become his competitor. This is Firehouse Chefs Radio on the Rant Radio Network. Stay tuned for more.
Taste tester maybe, huh?
Don't burn anything down. Firehouse Chefs will be right back.
What's wrong?
I can't stop craving a cigarette. I just quit. Hey, what are you smoking on?
Oh, this? Best e-juice on the planet. Burst of flavor, of course.
What's that?
Only the best alternative to smoking with a great flavor. It has a burst of flavor in every puff.
Well, does it have nicotine?
It comes in different levels, including 0. They have 20 flavors and more coming. All the products are made in the U.S. Check them out at www.burstoflavor.com or call them at 855-WE-BURST.
Hey, let's burst together.
It's not just flavor, it's an experience. Cigarettes, you've met your match.
Are you watching the game at home? Why? Come watch it at Mambo Grill, the hottest spot in Downey. You'll have good food, drinks, and a great time at a low price. We have the coldest beer in our sports bar, where you can enjoy the game on any of our huge flat screen TVs. And when your home team wins, you get 25% off anything in Mambo Grill. We're on Downey Avenue, 1 block north of Firestone, or visit us on the web. Mambo Grill, love at first bite.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it...
Fish are jumping, the bullfrog's thumping on his lily pad. Oh, that poor boy's so sad. He lost the best thing he's ever had. And Myrtle the turtle swimming round in circles, so in love with her Tom. Just a lovely day on the pond. And robins and bluebirds tweeting such sweet words to greet the morning sun. And there's an old lazy possum lying in the blossoms. The night shift's all done.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we can call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez.
Of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
Welcome to FireHouse Chefs. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I will take you on a journey with America's chefs, firefighters, service industry professionals, and more as we discuss food, recipes, nutrition, and lifestyle topics. Stay tuned and enjoy the ride.
Splash of cran.
All right, welcome back to Firehouse Chefs Radio, everybody. This is Firehouse Chefs Radio, episode 25 for December 11th, 2013. And we have a very, very cool episode that's underway right now. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I'm joined by Luis Navarro and Luis Hernandez. And we are joined in studio by Kim Blaylock. And Kim, like we mentioned, is not only a retired battalion chief from the Carlsbad Fire Department in San Diego County, but he's also the co-founder and co-owner of Venom Vodka. And in the last segment, we started to get the background about how Kim was started in the vodka world, and now we're going to go ahead and continue that with where we kind of left off. And right now, off air, we were talking about how many times your product is distilled and filtered, and all some of those, some of the behind the scenes stuff, if you will, on how to make vodka and spirits. So for a lot of the listeners, they probably don't know some of that process. So why don't you explain some of that and the difference between yours and another company?
Okay. We look at our vodka as a top shelf martini vodka. We're distilled 5 and filtered 6. When you go in the store, and sometimes it'll be advertised how many times the vodka is distilled. Anything usually over 4 times distilled and 3 to 4 times filtered, you're getting out the top end type spirits. I won't give any names out there, but those are the ones that will probably you can drink with a little bit of club soda, a little bit of water, a little bit of tonic, and very smooth. You'll get a smooth taste where you'll pick up your limes and your olives and your lemons. So you have to at least get above that 3 times distilled and filtered before you're in the top shelf category, and we fit perfectly right there.
Okay, that's great. And then as far as just some of the things that I'm sure a lot of folks are interested in finding out, where can we find you right now?
Well, right now we started off small, a boutique out of Carlsbad, and most of the restaurants in Carlsbad serves our product, but we're in Ralph's, we're in Vaughn's, and we're in Albertsons down in San Diego County, North County.
Okay.
And the farthest north we are is in Costa Mesa. High Time Wines carries our product.
Been there.
Okay, yeah, he's been there, of course. Being a restaurant owner, he's familiar with that. And you've been in business now roughly 2 years now, correct?
Yeah, 2 years this month.
Okay, and your partner is a Seattle fireman, and he's still an active firefighter. And before the commercial break, we also wanted to bring back the fact that you guys give back as well, and you make it known on your bottle with having the little fire helmet. And there's a picture right now that we're looking at rantradionetwork.com, and it's so funny because a lot of the same we've actually had. I see the Firefighter Cancer Support Network banner. We've actually, the founder, Michael Dubron, is one of my close friends.
Oh, very nice.
And he's actually been right there in your same seat. He's been a guest in studio, and he's done an amazing job with his nonprofit now. And they're organized, or they're noticed all around the country, if not the world now. So it's cool that we actually both believe in the same charities and nonprofits. So tell us more about that. Do you have specific nonprofits you donate to, or
through
is
the
it open?
Through the ABC laws, you have to be a 501c3 or C6, and if you are, it's pretty well open. We definitely want to give back to all the charities.
Okay.
We just ask them to at least give us 90 days if they can, but a lot of times if it's within a month and we have that date open, whether we give a gift basket or we're doing a tasting or something like that for a special charity event, we try to make it work. And we're finding out that there's a lot of charities that we give back to, and we want to give back to the fire service, but there's so many other charities that we give back to too. So, but sure, we want to focus on the fire service as well.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And how do you? It's interesting because I know with FireHouse chefs, obviously we don't have to deal with alcohol a whole lot, but it does come up every now and again when we do some catering or some other events that we're involved in. And sometimes it could be a little bit of a fine line, obviously, when you're affiliated with the fire service and then you're promoting an alcohol, if you will. We all know as firefighters the bad side of irresponsible drinking and consumption of alcohol. So have you ran into any problems with that?
No, we haven't, and you're exactly right. So every time the message gets sent out from us is to drink responsible. Just be mature about it and just drink responsible. And if I'm around those charity events to where I think the person shouldn't have any more, I think they probably
look him as a
cut him off
as a person who's actually who actually I I have a lot of events that I do throughout
Yeah.
the year for the Boys and Girls Club and for the Bomberos Association. Like our golf tournament, like that.
Right.
We actually had a tequila sponsor at the event, and yeah, you're exactly right. Sometimes you do have to say, the drinks
time to
are free,
stop.
people, but sometimes you got to say no and be responsible because ultimately we're there to have a good time. You always
Right.
want to talk about drinking responsibly, but everyone wants to. You can't have a good time if you don't remember it.
Yeah. And
So-
it's never been an issue so far. So it's been good so far.
Yeah, and people have to have personal accountability. I personally, I just ask that question because in this day and age, unfortunately, everyone is sue happy, and they tend to think that because they're irresponsible that it's your fault, or and I don't buy into that at all. People have to have their own accountability, and we don't need to be so overly regulated as Americans that they continue to take away all of our freedoms. So I'm just sure that that some of that stuff comes up.
Right.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about your bottle? I mean, I could see, first of all, we've all noticed and complimented you on the style, and there's obviously
it's a sexy bottle.
yeah,
man.
it is. And it kind of looks like we can obviously see the diamond that's incorporated in it. Why don't you break down some of those things and tell us where the concept came from and what it's all about?
Okay. Well, I have to give kudos for my wife for this one.
Okay.
She brought up about the goddess, having a goddess in the front of the bottle, and originally we were looking at a basilisk-looking creature or dragon. And after 9 months of trying to figure out what we wanted on the bottle, we couldn't come up with anything. And then my wife and my business partner, Mark, the fireman, they kind of brought up about the Medusa on the front. And I wasn't completely on board with that. But I said, okay, well, I'm willing to look at that because it was 9 months before we said, we need to get going. We need to make a decision on what we're
Right.
going to do on the bottle. So we had a graphic designer come in within 30 minutes of him sitting down at my house. He had the Medusa drawn out and the name Venom below it, and I couldn't believe it. It only took 30 minutes to do that. The diamond up above, my business partner, Mark, the fireman, he's also a gemologist, so he gets diamonds and rubies and sapphires at good prices. So we talked about our last filtration. Let's filter it through diamonds and black onyx. So we decided to put like a little diamond above her head because the last filtration is filtered through black diamonds and onyx. So that's the symbol of the diamond above her head. And you can see, like, if you look real close, you see a little rattle on the bottom of her tail, just to give it a little accent there too. So she's a Medusa. There's a little storyline on the side of the bottle about her, and a little storyline about the mythological side of black diamonds and onyx. A fire helmet on the other side that says made by 2 firemen, and also that we give back to firefighter charities as well. So when we came up with the bottle design, we thought it was a very classy looking
There's
bottle.
a good breakdown right there
Yeah.
on the screen.
Okay, and we wanted something a little bit on the edgy side, a little bit sophisticated, and a little bit edgy, and I think we nailed it. We're very happy with our bottle.
Yeah, I would
That looks
agree.
really nice.
You guys really, really did nail it, and it looks very, very good. I love the Seattle connection too because a couple of our Firehouse chefs of our team members actually work for Seattle Fire as well. So I know we've had that discussion before, but Michael Poole,
right?
Yeah, he's a lieutenant and he's actually been here in studio, and Michael is making his own handmade chocolates now, and selling them, and he's doing
pretty well.
good. Yeah,
doing pretty well, I gotta say.
It's amazing to see what he's done, and then Suey, good old Suey Sulak.
Yeah, Mark knows him very well.
Yeah, and Suey actually writes on my blog every month, and it's called Suey's Beanery, and he's been outstanding. And I spent some time with both those guys up in Seattle at their respective firehouses, and they're amazing. So it's kind of cool how everyone knows one another.
Right.
And it is a community. It's thousands and thousands strong, but yet it's pretty small at the same time. So it's pretty cool.
You know what's interesting too? At the forefront of any business that, whether they're upcoming, they're already being successful, it always seems to be that the head or the management or the ownership are well-rounded. And for this, I as I was looking at the donations that you guys are doing and the events that are being participated in, I always look back and I go, that's what it's all about. You know, that's what it all breaks down to. You know, the business aspect of it is where the thrill is, where the fun is at. But then on the giving back part is kind of like where the fulfillment comes in.
You always feel good about that.
You got to have a heart.
Yeah.
You got to have a heart.
And it's funny, too, because, you know, being that I became a businessman second to my career as a firefighter, and Lewis, you had you know, kind of the reverse, you know, thing where you've been in business, you know, most of your adult life. And for me, what I've learned is, and maybe you have some of the same thing. I know with the fire service, you're literally able to take a lot of what we learn in terms of the incident command system, how to manage.
Right.
You know, what I'm getting at is you learn how to manage, and you learn how to like supervise. So all those things, you literally just kind of take that, and especially Kim as a former battalion chief. I mean, he's basically a manager and a big babysitter. As a captain, I babysit one station, but then he babysits several. You know,
and I say it all the time to Eddie and Louie. You know, and it never ceases to amaze me. You know, when I'm on the show or when I'm around Eddie, to see the network of folks, you know, like yourself, Kim, and, you know, all, I mean, it's just been a number of really amazing people that I've come in contact with. And, you know, they're working these shifts, you know, because they're doing their firefighter, but at the same time, everybody's doing something else. You know, everybody's following their other dreams. And to me, you know, it never ceases to amaze me on all the things that you guys are able to accomplish.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's very cool. And with that, we are, it looks like we are going to keep going a little bit more, and Julio will let us know. In the next segment, though, when we do come back from the commercial break, we're actually Kim's going to be so gracious and pour us some of this fantastic vodka so we can try it. And I actually did bring some blue cheese, and I think I have some English cheddar just to kind of go with it. And we are going to discuss, as we're drinking it, and kind of swishing it in our mouth and doing the whole have you guys seen that movie Sideways?
No.
The wine? Yeah. I love that movie. I'm going to do my best Sideways imitation or whatever right here in front of everybody in Firehouse Chefs Radio Land. But, you know, we're going to try it. And then, again, you know, we'll kind of discuss some of these things that I wanted. And just, Julio, just let us know, too, when we need to go to a break. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. There we go. So the music's playing. Give us a call at 855-969-RANT. When we come back, we're going to have a final segment with Kim. And you're listening to Firehouse Chefs Radio. Stay tuned to watch us drink a little vodka and discuss food and fantastic recipes. Firehouse Chefs Radio. Don't burn anything down. Firehouse Chefs will be right back.
Add some crazy flavor to your vape pen. You're looking for something new and exciting in liquid vapor? Go to Crazy Cloud's e-juice. Find them at burstoflavor.com and try any of the new 12 flavors they have available. Blueberry, mint, raspberry, chocolate, gummy bear, hemp, watermelon, cola, orange, pina colada, coconut, or Red Bully. Call us today at 855-WE-BURST or visit us at burstoflavor.com and order yours today.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural health care services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation, research programs, and public education, thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Number Is that a stutter or as hard as you can count?
I was ordering number 1. Tequila.
Everybody's asking for number 1.
Great, another fancy bottle.
These guys are true artists. Never compromise integrity. They make tequila
Come
in the
on.
fashion room. Never mass produced.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying have the number 1. Anything less is number 2. Number 1, tequila.
Welcome to FireHouse Chefs. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I will take you on a journey with America's chefs, firefighters, service industry professionals, and more as we discuss food, recipes, nutrition, and lifestyle topics. Stay tuned and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Welcome back to FireHouse Chefs Radio. This is FireHouse Chefs Radio, episode 25, December 11th, 2013. I'm your host, Eddie Sell, and I'm joined by my co-host tonight, Louis Navarro, the chef and owner of Lola's Mexican Cuisine in Long Beach, California, and also Luis Hernandez. Thank you, sir. Luis Hernandez, firefighter paramedic in Los Angeles County, and also the vice president of the Boys and Girls Club, and also affiliated with Los Bomberos. I also think that he is probably one of, like, what else? I think he also mans the Jerry Lewis Telethon every year. I think you can also find him.
Yeah, I've cut back. I've cut back on the different things.
What else can we mention that that old Lewis does? And I joke about it because it's actually amazing, like how much stuff he does, and you're. It's just an amazing guy, actually, all this stuff that he does. So it's really cool. And we all happen to give back in all the different things that we do. And like if I can bring up Darren again, the owner of the CrossFit gym in Sherman Oaks, it's just cool when anybody, especially people that have a name to lend to a good cause, because unfortunately people tend to kind of do a little bit more when they find out celebrities are involved. Why, I don't know, but it's just kind of the way.
People are people.
Yeah, people are people, and that's just the way it is. But it's very cool, especially somebody that, Kim gave, decades of his life in the fire department. So, first of all, you look great. You look like, Richard Gere's brother or something.
Oh. Thank you for the compliment.
So I always like to see firefighters that, kind of were able to go through. I don't care where you work; it beats you up the same way, basically, in the end. So it's great that you were kind of like, again, what Louis mentioned, that you've taken something else and you kind of redefined what you're doing in life, and it's just so great. So
thank you.
And with that,
speaking of vodka, we've gone about 50 minutes too long without tasting this fine beverage here.
We want to get to all the important stuff.
Awesome,
This is a let's see. This is a genuine Venom Vodka Ultra Premium Vodka shot glass.
There you go.
Nice.
And I was telling these guys during the commercial break, that movie Sideways. So let's everybody. First, you gotta smell it. Okay. Smells good.
Smells good. Now
Smells
what?
very good. Now what? Now you gotta tip it, and where you're looking for the spiders, you're looking for the legs, and then you're looking for the consistency in the rim of the glass, and that looks pretty amazing too. Okay. Now with this particular one, you can't really see the color, the clarity, but you can in Kim's, and that looks fantastic. So, and of course now the most important part of all, we drink it. So salud to Kim.
Salud.
All right,
Kim. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Now, that's room temperature, so.
That's incredibly smooth, and literally, it's so smooth that I can immediately talk on the mic right after. It's really, really good. It's very, very smooth. So, yeah, it's a great product, and you can tell that there's a lot of quality in this. So, while we have it out and we're talking about it, what do you seem, to pair with it? Do you have any favorite cocktails right now?
When we do the promo events, it seems the one that most popular is like a pomegranate cranberry martini. That goes over real well. And there's a few of the bars, the Russian Mule, I got a few of the bars to make our vodka with the Russian Mule, and that's a big hit. So I'm seeing that everywhere down in North County area.
Really? Cool. Okay. And, obviously, I mean, I'm a huge martini fan, so I can just imagine this as a martini would be fantastic, because that's what it's all about, to have some of that top shelf vodka and not all the other crap. You actually want to taste the high-end vodka,
If I have it in a bucket, I'll just have maybe a splash of club soda with a lime with venom, and that's perfect.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's
talk about some of those foods, some of the food pairings.
Yeah, exactly. So kind of we mentioned it earlier. I don't remember if we were on air or off air, but you brought up the pasta, right?
With vodka, I've seen a lot of pasta sauces that you see in the markets, and that I've noticed in the last couple of years is really taken off, especially with the vodka marinara sauce. That's been being real popular. I know I've seen a lot of firemen actually pick that up, and that's actually gives it a nice little taste. Taste, a little different taste. What else have you seen?
Well, these are just a few of them. So we have the penne with vodka sauce. That's exactly right along the same lines that you're discussing. I know Kim's mentioned vodka sauce that he's seen out there as well. There's vodka lemon chicken. Also an apple vodka omelet. That's a way to start your day.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, with the Bloody Mary,
right.
I'm all about it.
Hair of the dog, right?
Vodka grilled corn, and then vodka broccoli and cheddar soup. So
vodka grilled corn.
Yeah, and when you think about it, me as a chef, I'm immediately thinking about these dishes. But it's kind of like if you think about vodka in lieu of, let's say, wine or
That's how Mazzetta sent us a check for that.
Or even broth. And what I'm getting to is deglazing. So think about that, Liz, too, both you guys. So when you deglaze, so for example, if you're sautéing vegetables and you're trying to caramelize your vegetables, and then obviously the bottom of that saucepan starts getting all that nice crud and all that good stuff, on the bottom of that pan. So what a lot of restaurants and chefs do is you deglaze it with some type of liquid. Vodka would be a heck of a way, obviously, to get, that flavor in there, in lieu of wine, broth, some of those traditional deglazing liquids. And that might be something for folks out there to try out. I know I'm going to try it. I'm going to play with that. And think about it. I can immediately think of, doing it, whether it's with fajitas and you're doing something like, instead of a tequila lime, you're doing a vodka lime, because vodka does pair really nicely with citrus.
Citrus is amazing.
Yeah,
I can just imagine a vodka lemon, a vodka orange, kind of chicken sauce, grilled chicken. Or something.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm following you right there, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
That right there, would and think about it, to all the listeners out there. I think that's something that you guys can, and that's what's fun about cooking. Just like they say, even with wine, don't ever use anything to cook with that you wouldn't actually drink yourself. And I'm sure it's the same thing with vodka. I mean, if you're going to cook with the best possible ingredients, and your food's going to taste that much better, and you can sneak in a little, drink here and there.
Yeah, a little swig, as you
that never hurt anybody. And it looks like also some of the cocktails. This is one called the best hot chocolate ever. That sounds pretty good. Yeah,
really? Interesting.
And it looks like the ingredients to that are chocolate, liquor, nuts, vodka, and that sounds pretty damn interesting, actually.
We'll have a show on that one,
right? Yeah, and that's the thing is this is going to be another topic, kind of like most of our topics. We run out of time because there's so many things to talk about, but. We have that. We have, it looks like, let's see, a gingerbread martini. That kind of goes with the times right now. So right now in the alcohol world too, if you go to a lot of bars and restaurants, there's mixologists. So don't be afraid to ask the bartender if they have a mixologist there, and if you can ask for their recommendation. Find out about what that mixologist is known for. And especially if you let them know that you're a vodka fan, that might be, kind of a cool way, impress your date that way. So say, I'm looking for the mixologist, Can you
and
Well,
I know it's something that, I forgot what show it was exactly I saw it, but you could actually buy your own, little drink dispenser, kind of little glass container. They said you cut up a bunch of lemons, oranges, or whatever kind of fruits you like. fill the rest up with your
Oh,
vodka of
okay.
choice. And then let that you can actually let that rest there for a couple of days.
Right.
Let that just self-infuse.
Yeah.
And then party time, you just go ahead and and that thing is just infused in nice great flavor. And I can see something like this being such a great, nice, smooth drink.
Right.
Oh, perfect.
We had on the picture you guys showed, the gentleman next to me, he's our mixologist. He's a bartender at Vigilucci's down in Carlsbad.
Oh, cool.
Name is Dave.
Okay.
So I go, Dave, just make me something with venom. And he made me a basil martini. Excellent.
Basil.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very good. So
That would be good.
That actually does sound good, and I love basil.
Yeah.
So.
I love basil.
So he made my wife and myself a basil martini. We really liked it. Yeah,
Okay.
So yeah, that was pretty neat that he made
Very
that.
cool. I just want to confirm with our engineer Julio too. Is that the accurate time for us? Do we get a couple more minutes this time? All right, cool. So we actually have a couple more minutes that we can talk about some of this stuff. So again, I think the bottom line is we can give you guys some great pointers or recipe ideas, but the main thing is just to like get in your kitchen and just play around and just remember some of those basic things. So again, we brought up the fact of cooking with liquids and deglazing and braising. So if you think of braising meat and same thing, right? A lot of people use wine and broth or a combination of the two to braise, like a really tough piece of meat, a tough piece of protein that's going to sit in your crock pot or braise on your stovetop for hours.
A chuck roast.
Right, exactly. So, or even in your oven at a really low temperature, where you're going to do something low and slow at 200 degrees, for example. Why not try a little bit of vodka? Why not, especially if you're a fan of it, if you like the flavor, do something that's just going to impart some of that flavor, just give it a little subtle, a little kick, and and I'm sure that'd be a lot of fun to play with.
Yeah, I was thinking as we're talking about that, and we've seen people cook obviously with the tequilas, and we've seen people cook with bourbon and whiskeys,
right.
and so it's really interesting to see it kind of taking off on the whole vodka, spin, and I could definitely see it because it's not an overpowering flavor. When you cook with a whiskey or a bourbon, you're getting those woods, those smokes, those, even with the tequila, very similar. So with the vodka, it's a very neutral
spirit, right?
Neutral spirit that you could really play with, and I mean, I don't know, the possibilities are endless with it.
Yeah, there really are, and our time froze on. I want to wring Julio's neck sometimes. All right, well, so we have 2 minutes again. Okay.
All righty.
All right, so I try to get my timing down, and holy moly. So, what?
We're good. We're good now. I think it's
all
got
right,
it.
so anyhow.
I give you 2 extra minutes.
Awesome.
Okay, well,
We'll
should
take
have
it.
put 4 minutes up there, bro.
Just make it an hour, just even hour. We don't want to mess it,
No, it was really cool actually having Kim in studio
Thank
and
you.
having a little bit of extra time. Really, really helped to get the message out there. The story is awesome, and again, like being somebody that has a dream, a dream that is incredibly difficult. A lot of days, to keep this thing going. Anyone in this room that does these different things that a lot of people. Believe me, all the people that think it's easy and think it's great to really build a brand, it's incredibly difficult. So I know what you're going through, basically. And when you mentioned that you're the founder, the owner, the distributor, the marketer, the advertiser,
I know,
that's me,
yeah,
right? So
right.
I totally get it.
right.
And it's very, very tough. But in the couple years that I knew about you starting this. I mean, I'm proud of seeing, where I just remember you telling me about the description of the bottle and, and then it was, you shot me a picture of, hey, so this is what, here's the first bottle and here's the, it's so cool because I can, I really remember the same sort of steps. And so, there's a lot of pride in what you've done for all of us that can appreciate
thank you.
building something. And we wish you nothing but success. And make sure that that you continue to let folks know where you're at, where we can find you as you continue to get in more stores. And just one more time, give everybody out there your website and your information.
Okay, you can go to our website, www.venomvodka.com, and it has all the locations up in Seattle and also in Southern California. And we put new locations on once a week, once every 2 weeks. New locations are being listed. So we're starting to branch out from North County, San Diego County. So I can see us down in San Diego, and I can see us up in Orange County as well as LA County here real soon.
Long Beach.
I would definitely love to see you in LA County.
Yeah.
Long Beach.
Here's where you can help. Here's what you do. If you whether it's a Vons, Ralph's, or Albertsons, go in there, talk to the manager, and tell them you'd like to have Venom Vodka at your store. They'll make contact with me.
Okay.
But you have to go to the store manager and request it because I'm already in the system. You request it, they'll get the product out there.
Excellent.
Perfect.
So
Well, that's awesome. And again, for all you folks that are listening to Firehouse Chefs Radio, let's pick up the conversation about the restaurants next week as well. And I want to really, really continue that for maybe some selfish reasons that we'll
cross
hint.
your fingers.
But yeah, cross your fingers for us. But yeah,
there was two things I was actually going to mention.
Yeah.
Is that is a topic as well as the topic that you just brushed upon. On the fact of jumping into the pool on your dreams of,
Yeah.
From just an idea to being able to create it and work hard towards it. I think a lot of people don't understand, how simple it is really to just take that leap into the pool and jump into the water.
They think they do, but they have no idea.
Oh, they have no idea, and that's why I continue to, get. You look great with your great hair, by the way.
Oh well.
I was just kind of hoping to hang on to mine for a couple more years, but
it's getting more platinum than gray right now.
It's not going to happen,
Just for men.
Yeah. Exactly.
We're gonna do a Just for Men plug here.
Yeah. So next week, let's pick up that restaurant topic again, and so all the listeners out there, just get your questions ready to go for that. And we're also going to be joined by Greg Washington, who is the strength and conditioning coach at Poly High School in Long Beach. Greg's been a studio before and in studio guest before, and he's going to have some more great information that'll be perfect to get you in shape for the new year. And Poly High in Long Beach has produced the most NFL athletes out of any high school in the country. So that's going to be cool to have him here. And again, Kim, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you out there for listening to another edition of Firehouse Chefs Radio. And stay safe, and we'll catch you next week here on Firehouse Chefs Radio. Thanks for tuning in to FHC Radio. Catch us every Wednesday, 8 to 9 p.m. Pacific Time by visiting firehousechefs.com and rantradionetwork.com.